Hi everyone, so first video review for this week is for Retrospect by AJ Hutchinson-Forton. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog, then there's a link within the post. And this is the video review. So Retrospect by AJ Hutchinson-Forton has a tagline addition to its title, which is The Secret Life of Mac Scott. So it's a really intriguing mystery thriller, and Mac finds herself with unfamiliar surroundings, and she's a bit unfamiliar in herself as well. So she's kind of trying to return to the woman that she once was, but in order to do that she needs some help. So she stumbled into a hospital. She has no recollection of what's happened to her or what she's been through, and it's therapist Alicia who helps Mac to put together some of the memories. So when Mac starts to realise what all this means, she finds herself investigating the mystery that was her disappearance, whilst trying to rediscover herself and whether she can escape these past demons that are haunting her. So it's a really sort of thrilling mystery, like I say. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot that, as the reader, you and Mac are discovering together. So I really enjoyed the mystery. We were really working with Mac, and the plot was really complex with lots of twists and turns, which really kept me on my toes, but it also kept Mac on hers as well. So you really were like trying to navigate this wildness with her, and you had no idea where it was going to go and what was going to come out and what she was going to discover, and it was like really exciting. But she was terribly disorientated, and in an absolute credit to AJ, what she's done is managed to make you feel that as the reader. So without complicating the book, she's managed to make you feel a bit disorientated too. So when you're reading it, you're really there, you're really in Mac's shoes, and you're really in the moment with Mac, and it really helped me to feel that connection with her as a character, because while she was confused about what had happened to her and who she was, I was confused about what had happened to her and who she was, and I was finding out every single piece with her. So there was no preempting of what was going to be the outcome here, and I could really understand her emotions and reactions in that way. So it was a really close connection. So when it then came down to her being with Alicia and Alicia's support, it meant she wasn't alone, which was really nice. And that companionship that Alicia offered gave Mac the chance to trust and then to find out more. And I loved how that then developed into like an emotional connection, which could develop into a relationship. So that relationship doesn't overtake the mystery of this story. This is very much Mac's story of finding herself again and understanding what's happened to her. It just sits nicely in the background and creates that slightly bit of light relief in between all this horrific stuff you're finding out. So it was important for Mac to find out, and the reader too, all these answers, rather than just focusing on her being who she is now and then falling in love and her life just being different. You were starting to understand why, and I love that, and it gave a good chance to understand the character and her story. So I just think it was a really great story in terms of the twists and turns had me turning the page and keeping me hooked. They didn't have me thinking, what the hell is going on? I really got into the story and wanted to know. And when I started to find out sort of how it all connected, I was really excited for Mac. And when all that started to come out, there was a lot of action. It surrounded the mystery, but it was really action-packed, and it made her come across as like a really, really strong character, because you didn't know what she'd been through till she started to find out and started investigating and all that. So when you started to hear some of the things you've been through, you thought, wow, that's amazing. How on earth did you survive that? And it made, like I say, a really strong character. So you had to admire her just for surviving what she'd been through. But it was a story that you will get quite emotionally connected with, because you really want things to get better for Mac. That's your end goal, and she deserves that at the least. So you live in a lot of hope that she's going to get the answers she needs, and then she's going to be happy when she knows what they are. But it was a real great thriller, a mystery, plenty of action, and it was really tough, but it had romance to lighten the mood and lift those darker times. So I recommend this. Anyone who really likes a detailed and intriguing story that sort of gets your mind going and trying to fit puzzle pieces together, this is great. But it will shock and provide quite a heartbreaking story as well. So you will be able to understand it on an emotional level that will really sort of get to you and help you to connect with Mac, and you will really want the best for her. So I was really intrigued by the story, really enjoyed it, and like I say, it was really action packed. So it was exciting to read. So I really did enjoy it, and I'll pop a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of Retrospect by AJ Hutchinson-Forton, which I hope you will. If you've read Retrospect, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, so please comment below. Please let me know what you thought of the book. If you haven't read it yet, but you're planning to read it, it's on your to-be read list, or you're thinking, I really must read that book now, again, it'd be great to hear from you, because it's always great to hear what you're reading. And if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it. Bye!